my cord. Okay. All right, you guys, thank you all so much for coming today. And what we're going to do is this afternoon, I'm going to move myself so that I'm out, maybe out of the sunlight so that y'all, good finesse. There we go. Nope, that's not any better. All right, so hopefully you can see me with a nice pretty sun streak going right across my body. We're going to do two types of yoga breaths today. We're going to do our regular diaphragmatic breath, and we're going to intersperse that with a couple sets of Kapalabhati or breath of fire. So if everybody remembers, this is where you focus on your diaphragm. We're just going to kind of clear everything out, right? So I want you to, when we get ready to do that, it's going to be hands over the belly, and I want that low belly to really pump. Okay. It's a fun way to do some core work without having to balance blocks on your legs and all that other stuff. So really let this belly work. It focuses on the exhale, so the inhale just happens by itself. So once again, we'll intersperse. We'll start with diaphragmatic breath. We'll go into a set of Kapalabhati. We'll go back to diaphragmatic breath, second set of Kapalabhati, and then we'll finish with the third set of diaphragmatic breath. That was a lot of words. Did everybody get that? Does that make sense? Yes. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. So make sure that you are nice and comfortable. So please make sure that hips are higher than knees, that you've got this nice little J curve going on your spine so that you are grounded into your sits bones rather than sitting on your sacrum, that you feel relaxed through the shoulders. Let your eyes gently close, and for your first few cycles of breath, just simply allow your breath to breathe you. And as you begin to come into your posture, take a moment to notice if you have any areas of tension in your body. If you observe that you do, please send your breath there. You need to fidget a little bit, kind of working your way into them to help them relax. Please do that. And once you begin to feel settled, once you begin to feel connected, coming from the low belly, let's do 4 seconds of diaphragmatic breath. So you're going to work with your rate of breath. When you get done with your 4 cycles of breath, I want you to turn your palms down, so that way I know when everyone's done. Beautiful. And when you're ready, gently finish that last cycle of breath. From here, we're going to move into a 30 count breath of fire or Kapalabhati. So when you're ready, if you need to, place your hands at the low belly to make sure that the low belly is really working and massaging. Take a slow, steady inhale. Powerful exhale. Gently release your hands from your belly. Again, allow your hands to come to rest, palms facing up. and another 4 based on your cycle of breath. Slow, steady inhale, slow, steady exhale, deep diaphragmatic breath movements. And again, when you get done with your cycle of 4, gently turn your palms down. Beautiful. And as you finish your last breath, let's get ready for our second set of Kapalabhati, breath of fire. Slow, steady inhale. Use that diaphragmatic breath again, another count of 30. Back into your last count of 4 diaphragmatic breaths. This time at the end of the 4, place your hands to your heart. And again, as you finish your last breath, we're going to begin now by moving into sound, vibration, and frequency. We're going to sing. So please remember that as we sing, the sound that we make, that vibration that we make, actually stimulates our vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve feeds our system to rest and digest. So it helps us bring ourselves into a state of calm. It helps us bring ourselves into a state of mindfulness. The nice thing about the vagus nerve is that it runs right on top of the heart and right through the lungs. So as you sing, send your heart love, send your lungs love, and know that the vibration that you create is helping both of those organs. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. In your next silent breath, please set your intent for your practice today, for your day today, what you most need, what you most desire. And when you're ready, release your hands from your heart. Let your arms come all the way down by the side. And when you're ready, gently feel those inner edges of the shoulder blades work towards each other, lengthen out through the fingertips, and take a full, beautiful breath of joy. Inhale all the way up. Allow the palms to touch. Exhale. Bring that energy all the way down, back to the heart, letting the thumbs touch, letting the palms press. One more time, slow, deep inhale. As you bring your arms up, feel those inner edges of the shoulder blades work towards each other. Continue to lift and lengthen. Allow the palms to touch. Exhale. Hands down to the heart. And then gently, slowly release. Let the hands come back down to the sides. Beautiful, you guys. Okay, so hopefully that felt really good for everybody. Please make sure, keep thinking about the vagus nerve as it runs on top of the heart, as it moves through the lungs, so that we can really work our breath. So I will admit that one of the things that Eric and I do at night is that there's a TV show that we are currently watching, and one of the characters purrs, and he does this little when he gets stressed. But what's so interesting about that is that that vibration actually stimulates and calms his vagus nerve, whether or not he realizes it or not, because he tends to do it when he's stressed. And it's like, oh, there's a vagus nerve thing. So as we approach our postures today, if it feels appropriate, please feel free to purr, okay? So first thing I want you to do is grab a block. Let your legs come out wide. You're still sitting on your cushion. Please make sure that if legs wide, it means that you're putting a little too much pressure through the back of your knee. Just take a little bit of a blanket or a bolster to come underneath the knee to keep that nice and steady. So the very first thing we're going to do is really focusing on coming from where the top of the leg moves and works its way into the bottom of our trunk. This is where we're going to hinge from. We're not, and so it's like, so for some of us, this area, this pelvic area gets a little bit locked up. So it means that it might be a very small movement for you. This might only be a couple of millimeters. And please honor that. Okay, this is not about how deep you go. This is about how much you can honor your body. So you've got your block in front of you. As you exhale, I want you to begin to hinge through the hips. And if it feels appropriate, you're going to just sidestep your block out a little bit so that you can place your hands right there. And you can just begin to find some opening through the adductor muscles that run on the inside, opening through the hip joint, and length and softening into the low back. Shoulder blades remain relaxed. You're still doing that really soothing diaphragmatic breath. There's no rounding through the shoulders. There's no trying to overcompensate by taking the bend into the thoracic spine. You're only going as far forward as feels appropriate. And then gently, slowly ease yourself back. Walk your block back and then place it over to your side. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is Gomukhasana legs. Okay. Cow facing legs. So you're going to begin by allowing this right leg to come underneath. And again, you may have to adjust your cushion just a little bit. And then you're going to let this left leg come on top. So it might be that if your hips are really tight, this is as far as you go in the posture. Okay. If your body says yes and can give you easily a little bit more, then you're going to sidestep the outer edge of that left foot out and bring yourself in a little bit more deeply. Okay. If you get this far, that's great. If you can go a little bit deeper, that's fine too. So you're only going to take it as far as is comfortable. If you need to, because you're kind of in between one posture or the other, you can always put a block in between to support, or you can put a block like here and lean your knee on it. You can also take a blanket and place a blanket in between as well, okay? So there's lots of options. Please find what feels best for you. So again, once you have adjusted yourself so that everything feels good, please also notice if as you did this, you suddenly shifted all of your body weight onto your right sits bone. If you did that, I encourage you to see if you can re-square it, okay? Does everybody have a space that feels comfortable for them, something that they feel that they can lean into? Yes, I'm looking for head nods or thumbs up. Okay, perfect. Awesome, thank you. All right, so once again, we're going to start with the block right in front of the knees. We're going to place our hands on it. So I want you to pay very close attention to the sensations that you're getting through your hips. And again, from this location, gently, slowly hinge ever so slightly forward until you find that welcoming stretch in each of the hip joints. So again, this might be incredibly small, but just really honor that. We're not looking for anyone to do any kind of damage, okay? And please know that your hip joint, it's the biggest joint you've got. So it's really important that you treat it with loving kindness, because the hip joint, that's going to stay stable. It's more likely that if you go in too deeply, your knees are going to talk to you, or another body part is going to talk to you. So I want you to be very, very careful. And hopefully now I've talked long enough that y'all forgot that we were here, and that, guess what? We get to come back up right again. Go team. All right, so from this place, what we're going to do is we're going to twist first to the left. So I want you to lengthen into your right arm. And then as you exhale, gently twist yourself over towards the left. As you do that, the left hand can slide behind you and gently place that on the bolster, the blanket, or your cushion. Breathe. Slow, steady inhale, slow, steady exhale. Gently, slowly release. So you're going to lead with this right arm, bring it all the way back up and over. Now, as it comes up, I want you to lead it, allow it to lead all the way over to the right. So the right arm can come down. Then inhale, lengthen up to the left. Exhale. Now I want you to gently twist to the left. This may be a completely different sensation. So again, please, you guys, when I do this, in order to keep my spine long, I touch just the very tips of my finger pads onto the mat. If I try to come down onto my palm, I end up throwing my spine out of alignment. So I want you just to stay really long and strong. Breathing deeply, breathing fully. Finding that place of super comfort. Gently, slowly. You're going to lead with this left hand. Inhale up, bring it all the way back. And then while you're here, I want you to sweep both arms out parallel. Take those inner edges of the shoulder blades. Oh, knit them together, work them together. Let your head lift towards the ceiling if that's what feels comfortable. And then gently release those arms. Now I want you to gently come from the thumbs that are facing up and roll those arms and the shoulders forward. Breathe. Notice how this feels through the shoulders. And then inhale, bring those thumbs back up. And then as long as it's comfortable, lean those thumbs back, turning the pinky fingers so that they're working their way up. Breathe. And gently, slowly let that relax and roll back into the shoulders. Take your block, move it away. Here's the fun part. Gently, ever so gently, lift that leg out. Let that left leg go out to the left. Let the right leg go out to the right. Take a moment. We're going to bring our blocks again. Again, hinging from this area in the hips. Side walk the block forward. as you hinge, coming from the bottom of the trunk and the top of the hip. Just gently, slowly, ever so slightly leaning forward. Beautiful. Look at you go. That's awesome. Ladies, that looks fabulous. Nicely done. Yay. And then very gently, slowly release. Walk it back. Okay. This time, so it may be that you need to take your hands to the outside, bring the legs in. I want you to take a moment and readjust on your little zafu. Okay. So this time it's going to be, I have to remember which one we did. It was right leg. Okay. So this time we're going to do right leg under. Did I get that right? Left leg over. Is that, no, other way. Thank you. Okay. This time left leg is going to be under. See, I need you all to keep me straight. Right leg on top. And again, you guys, if it's too much, just do this. So you've got the left leg bent. If that's too much, you're more than welcome to straighten that left leg. If you can, then next step is going to be to bend the left leg and keep the right knee up. If you can move forward from that, then notice that I'm doing a little side step through my feet and working my hips down. And again, if it's in between or my knees down, use the block, use the blanket, whatever you need, okay? So once you get yourself into that space of comfort, take a moment and notice and see if you shifted now all of your body weight over to the left sits bone and see if you can correct that and bring yourself back so that you're placing equal weight on both. And it might be that as soon as you do that, you start to feel this left hip a little bit more. So if you need to readjust the legs, please do that, okay? We're doing a lot of fidgeting today. It's worth it, I promise, okay? So again, you're gonna bring your block in front. Fingertips are lightly touching the block. Again, we're hinging from deep in hip. Gently, slowly begin to bring yourself forward. What you're looking for is that invitation from your hips that, oh, this feels yummy. Okay, we want all those little electrons humming. We want to make sure that we're breathing so that we're energizing ourselves. If at any point this feels like too much, feel free to purr to stimulate your vagus nerve. Right? When was the last time you had a yoga teacher tell you to purr? There we go. Yeah. It's gotta keep it interesting, y'all. Can't have you knowing what to expect when you come for yoga in the afternoon. And there we go. See, I managed to talk long enough again that now we can go ahead and come up. I try very hard to be the distraction. All right, you guys. So from here, what I want you to do is lengthen into that left arm. Exhale, gently twist yourself over to the right. Let this right hand, fingertips, finger pads if you need to, come behind you and just gently twist a little bit over to the right. Breathe. Slow, steady inhale, slow, steady exhale. And then very gently, very slowly, release, leading with the left arm, bring it all the way up. As it comes up, gently allow your body to twist a little bit over towards the left as that left arm comes down. Inhale, lengthen into the right arm. Exhale, gently finish that twist over to the left. Right hand is going to come just to the inside. And again, you're readjusting, making sure that the spine is long and strong. One more cycle of breath. Gently, slowly, I want you to get ready to release. You're going to lead with that right hand. Inhale, bring it all the way up and over so that the torso is again in the middle. Very gently, with lots of loving kindness, release that right leg. Release that left leg. One more time. I want you to allow your body to open wide. Okay. Bringing the block in front, again, coming from this hinge where the leg meets the trunk. Gently sidestep this block out as you hinge forward. And please remember, you're only coming forward as far as is comfortable. If you can, lengthen through the spine and relax without rounding through the scapula, without rounding through the thoracic spine. Please feel free to release the hands from the block. Breathe. And just in case you are holding any tension in your jaw, what we're going to do is we're going to vibrate our lips. So we're going to send a little sound through our lips and let there be a vibration. So it's a slow, steady inhale. And then open your jaw. Let it go wide, stick out your tongue. And then let it relax. And notice that as you relaxed into your jaw and your face, did that create some more space for you to hinge forward just a little bit more? Gently, slowly walk yourself back and upright. Good, beautiful. Okay, from here, what I want you to do is slide off your cushion for just a moment. And come to the back of your mat. Okay, legs are out in front. We're going to start with a variation. We're just going to start with Dandasana, you guys. We forget about Dandasana, staff, but it's such a great pose. So all you need to do here is work on flexing through your feet, bringing your hands so that they are more in line, more or less in line with the shoulders. Press down through the sits bones as you lengthen through the spine. Focus on your breath. You've got all of your muscle engaged in the leg. You've got your core softly drawn in. This is staff. Let it relax. And now what I want you to do is bring your arms up, so soft fists, and we're going to walk our sits bones forward, all the way forward. Wake it up, right? Get everything to move. Good. When you come to the front of the mat, here we go. Then you're going to rock yourself back. So moving into the hips now, really getting everything to wake up and work. And work. Good. One more time. Find staff. So what we're doing is we're playing with these moments of stillness and interspersing them with movement. So again, flexing into the feet, letting the hands come down to the side. It can either be fingertips, fingers, or fingers and palms. Take a moment to play with how it feels, to feel those inner edges of the shoulder blades gently, ever so slightly. Draw back just a little bit. Breathe here. Please don't forget that as you're activating everything, you still need to breathe. And then gently relax. Let it soften. Okay, from here, we're going to roll ourselves over onto tabletop. Now, here's what I want us to do. We're going to start with down onto the forearms. Okay, palms are either touching or fingers are lightly interlaced. I want you to begin by, as you engage through your tummy core, to gently, slowly draw the hips back and lengthen into the shoulders. And again, you're only going as far as feels comfortable. Breathe. When you get to that place of yumminess where your body's really saying, oh my gosh, this feels so good, stop, breathe, and let your body enjoy the opening. Please don't push past it. Very gentle, very slow movement. And then gently, slowly release. Come back into a modified tabletop. And what I want you to do from here is come up onto the hands. And we're going to go ahead and do a very slow, smooth, clockwise rotation. So the first thing you're going to do is gently making sure that you're paying attention to the flexion in the knees. Gently bring the hips back. So now we're at 6 o'clock. Roll out and around so that you are at 9 o'clock. Pause here. Feel that really yummy opening into the side of the legs. Then gently, as long as this is not too much extension for the hands, if it is, make a soft fist and do it from a soft fist. Bring your body up to 12 o'clock. Then when you're ready, as you exhale, gently lower and swing around to 3 o'clock. Pause here. Find that really delicious stretch. And then rotate gently back round to 6. Now, I want you to do 2 more rounds of this at your pace. When you get done with the 2 rounds, come back to tabletop. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale, clockwise movement. Coming back up. Beautiful, nicely done. Okay, you guys, from here, come back down onto the forearms. Palms touch, or fingers lightly interlace. You have 2 options here. You can either do this from your knees. Please make sure that you are padding into your knees if you need to. Those of you that have cranky knees, please take care of them. So you can either do this next part from here, or if you choose, keeping your feet, tops of your feet flat on the floor, lift the knees 1 inch, and then gently, slowly lengthen the legs, pressing the hips forward, face goes a little bit beyond the knuckles of the hands. And yes, I'm holding you here for a moment. And then exhale, still floating those to the knees and lower legs. Gently come back to center. Once you're back into center, drop the knees. And just as we did before, continue to slowly lengthen the hips back so that you can find that gentle ease through the scapula into the glenohumeral joint. Gently release that. Come back. Hands come back to tabletop. All right, you guys, now we're going to go counterclockwise. So again with the breath, as you exhale, gently swing the hips back 6 o'clock. Then swing them out over to 3 o'clock. Gently, slowly bring yourself up. Midnight. Release, come back down over to 9 o'clock. Pause. Finish in 6. Next 2, please do to your pace of breath. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale, coming counterclockwise. End of the 3rd round, come back into a neutral tabletop. Good. Beautiful. Nicely done, you guys. So one of the things that we did this morning in Leslie's class, which I'm like, oh, we haven't done that in a while. I really like that. It's a variation of what we did in Leslie's class this morning. So what we did in Leslie's class is as you exhale, you bring the knee up and you work to touch your chin to the knee. Now, for those of you that can do this, the option for you here is to drop onto the top of the foot and then gently press the shoulders back so that you can bring your nose a little bit closer to the knee. This is a deep opening through the low back, so please be very careful with both your feet and your knee. If that's too much, you lift your entire leg. If your body feels like it's up for it, rest the top of the foot on the mat, press the shoulders back in so that you can work your nose towards your knee. Then gently release, drop that right leg. Again, if your body says yes, you're going to do this now with the left leg. So gently lift the leg. If your body says yes, draw your knee towards the leg. If you'd like to go in just a little bit deeper, drop the foot down onto the mat, press those shoulders back, and gently work your nose towards your knee. Breathe. Gently, slowly release. Come back into a neutral tabletop. From here, one more time, come down onto the forearms. You guys, those of you that are dealing with shoulder issues, it might be that this is the entire posture. I want you to be very mindful of what's going on with each of your shoulders. Please don't push. You've got to start somewhere, okay? So if you have a shoulder that's weak, if you have an arm that's weak, love on them and please don't ask too much. We can always grow it more. So when you're ready, you can either stay down on the knees if you choose, or you can lift up on to the tops of the feet 1 inch. Gently, slowly bring yourself forward. Nose is working to go past the fingers. Breathe. And then exhale. Gently draw yourself back into a neutral tabletop. Drop the knees. And from here, gently open the knees a little bit. You can either keep your hips high, taking yourself into puppy pose, and then walk your hands and shoulders out. Or if your body says yes, you can gently work your hips back towards your heels. It all depends on the knee flexion that your body says it would like today. Breathe. One more cycle of breath right here. From here, before you move, I want you to see where your hands are, whether you are in puppy pose or whether you are in extended child's pose. I want you to memorize where those hands are. And then from here, you're going to walk your hands back so that you can grab both blocks. And approximately where your hands were, you are going to place your blocks. Okay? Everybody have that. Good. Please remember we have 3 sides to the block. We have the long, wide, slightly higher, more narrow, slightly higher yet more narrow. So please take what feels best for you. Okay, beautiful. All right, you guys, from here, we're going to start either back in puppy pose, right, or back in child's pose. So we're going to come up onto our fingertips and gently, slowly find our way in. So all we're doing, once you find your way in, what I want you to do is take those inner edges of the shoulder blades and gently begin to squeeze them together. This might change a lot of things about the posture. If you need to come down onto your palms, come down onto your palms, or it may not. If you want to go one more step, gently tuck your chin high up and into your chest. I need to have you breathe here. Gently, slowly release, come back into a neutral tabletop. From here, you're going to shift your body weight over towards the right. You can come up onto those left fingertips and gently, slowly step that left foot forward in between your blocks. Beautiful, nicely done. Good. As long as your body says yes, and you're taking care of your knees, so make sure that you've got plenty of padding underneath your knees, you're going to go ahead and let your left hand come on top of the left thigh, release the block on the right side, and bring yourself back and up. Beautiful, nicely done. You guys, for those of us that are experiencing wind today, if it's affecting your equilibrium, pull your chair out to make sure that you have your chair for stability. Okay, good, thank you. All right, from here, I want you to bring the pelvis down and forward so that you can grasp your blocks and bring them up to the highest setting. Okay. Then go ahead, as long as you're comfortable and as long as your spine can be long, you have palm on the block, fingertips are gently draped off. I want you to curl underneath the toes, and I want you to lengthen into that right leg. Breathe. Beautiful, you guys. Awesome. Gently bend into that right knee. Come back onto the top of the right foot. And from here, hands are still on the high blocks. You are gently going to begin to shift the hips back and gently lengthen into that left leg. You can either keep the entire foot on the ground, or you can allow the toes to lift and rock onto the back of the heel. Breathe. Make sure that as you're doing this opening through the hamstring, that you feel this through the middle of the muscle. Please not behind the knee, and please not at the sits bone. Gently, slowly release. Now, what I want you to do here is gently bring that left foot back a little bit so that it is in between. So the arch of the foot, that longitudinal arch, that's the arch that goes the long way, it's in between the blocks. You are going to curl underneath those right toes. Gently lengthen into that right leg, shift the body weight to the left, and then hop that right knee forward. Take as many steps as you need to. Look at you go, ladies. That's stunning. Good job. Beautiful. From here, I want you to sidestep your feet apart so that they are slightly wider in hip distance. Does everybody have that? Beautiful. Good. Good. Joanne, you look great. You're doing awesome. Okay. From here, are you ready? I want you to go ahead as long as your body says yes. You're going to bring your blocks in front. So it might be that this is the entire posture for you. Or if your body says yes, what I want you to do is you're going to take your peace fingers, your first two fingers, take them in between the big toe and the second toe. Wrap those babies around, let the thumbs overlap. Without trying to go deeper, I want you to simply lengthen your spine so that you're creating like a little triangle, you guys. Everybody's making their own little baby triangle. Then only if your body says yes, do you, as you exhale, press down to the feet, bend into those elbows, gently, slowly, feel the movement through the back, through the shoulder blades. Draw yourself ever so slightly into a forward fold, Uttanasana. Breathe. One more cycle of breath. Okay. From here, gently, slowly release that. Fingers release, torso releases. Bring your blocks so that once again they are in between or just in front of the feet. This time I want you to shift the body weight into the right foot, step that left foot back. Big step. Then bend into the knee. Come all the way down. Breathe. Pause here. Now, if your body says yes, I want you to push back through this right foot. Let the hands come to the hips, sink back in. Breathe. And then from here, let the hands come on top of the block. Gently, slowly lead with the hips. Gently lengthen that leg. You can come all the way up onto the ball of the foot so that the toes curl up if you choose. Making sure that you feel this posture through the center of the hamstring. And then gently, slowly release that. Yahoo. Okay. And when you're ready, gently step that right foot back. There we go. Okay. Now I want you to bring your blocks in. We're going to do a variation of a plank here. So arms are nice and long. The first piece that we're going to do is the arms are going to stay nice and long. And we're going to call these are little shoulder blade push-ups. So what I want you to do is squeeze those inner edges of the shoulder blades together as the arms stay long, which means that your torso is going to come down towards the mat a little bit. Exhale. Feel those shoulder blades push away and begin to access into the top of the arms, feeling the top of the arms draw together. One more time, gentle, steady, just the shoulder blades. Squeeze those inner edges of the shoulder blades together on the back side. Working to keep the arms straight. And then exhale, just moving the shoulder blades. Feel the palms press down so that the shoulder blades can rotate forward. Okay. That might be enough for you. If it is, you're going to do it again. If you feel like, nope, I've got a little bit more, what you're going to do is bend into the elbows. You guys, I'm going to leave it up to you if the elbows come out or the elbows stay on the side. If you keep your elbows along the sides, you're going to work your triceps more. When you're ready, as you exhale, gently bend into the elbows now. Only go down as far as feels comfortable. And then exhale, gently press yourself all the way back and up. One more time. Exhale, bend in through the elbows. Press back and up. Okay. From here, curl underneath the toes. Lift the legs. Gently walk your feet up to the block. Beautiful. You guys, that's awesome. Nicely done. Good. Look at you go. Very nicely done. From here, sidestep those feet out a little bit, slightly wider than hip distance. Lift through the toes. Then let the toes come back down. Change your center of gravity. Rock into the ball of the foot and see if you can come up. Lift your heels while you're here. Breathe. Exhale, lower the heels. Now rock into the heels and see if you can lift your toes and the ball of your feet. Exhale, allow the foot to come down one more time. Rock into the ball of the foot and the toes, lift the heels. Exhale, bring the foot down. Rock all the way back into the heels. Lift and lengthen into the feet, into the ball of the foot and the toes. Then into those knees, let the hands come to either side. Now, you guys, this is your job to make sure that you stay safe. So it's either roll up one vertebrae at a time or squeeze into those glutes really strongly and lengthen yourself up. Beautiful, good. I'm gonna adjust the camera real quick. Grab your chairs. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do a little balancing. So what would class be without a little balancing? You're gonna take your blocks and set them over to the side. You have your back side of the chair so that as you do this, you've got your hand right here for stability, okay? Good. All righty. How are we doing? Good? Okay, awesome. All right, so here's the first step. Do you remember just now when we rocked forward and came up onto the balls of the feet and then rocked back and came up onto the sole or onto the heels? We're going to do that same thing standing. So if you need your chair for balance, you've got it right there. Otherwise, allow your hands to come to your hips. If your body says yes, roll your weight forward, come onto the balls of the feet and gently, slowly lift your heels. Beautiful, nicely done. Good. Exhale, gently, slowly, bring it down. If you need to, hand comes to the chair, rock back, lift those toes and maybe even the balls of the feet. Good. One more time, rock through the foot, come onto the ball of the feet, gently lift and lengthen through the heels. Exhale. Gently come down, rock back, let the toes of the feet come off and possibly the balls of the feet. Relax. Okay. Once you take a moment, bend into the knees, do a little shimmy shake, right? We need to make sure that we're rebooting. Good. All right, here we go. From here, if your body says yes, you're going to begin by taking the left knee. Okay. So if you need the chair for balance, you're going to keep your hands there. If you can do this without, you're going to go ahead and interlace your fingers behind the knee. Get nice and long and strong through the right leg. Beautiful. And if you need to, you can hold on with your right hand and gently touch the chair with the left. There you go. Beautiful. Lovely. Look at y'all go. Good. Good, good. Now, when you're ready, gently kick that leg out. Hand can come back if you choose. Notice if you're leaning back through your shoulders, keep your torso upright. And then gently lower the leg. Shimmy shake a little bit. Let it go. Okay. All right. Ground and settle into the left leg. When you're ready, make sure that you are not hyperextending into the knee. I want you to squeeze through the glute and activate the muscle. Lift that right leg. If you need to, chair is right here. And I want you to hold on, interlace the fingers just below, in between the knee and the thigh, on the thigh. Breathe. Beautiful. Good. Look at y'all go. Very nicely done. Good. Good, 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 good. Very nice. If your body says yes, release the hands, bring them back to the hips, kick that right leg out. Breathe. Look at you go. Very nicely done. Good, 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 good. Gently, slowly lower. Shake it out. Okay. All right, here we go. Oof. Are we ready for more? Yes? Okay. All right. So here's what I want you to do. Turn to face your chair, back of the chair. Okay. You're going to take, I would say 3 feet behind it. Does that sound fair? Okay. And from here, hands come to the hips. You're going to ground into that left foot, step that right foot forward so the toes are right underneath the crossbar on that chair. Okay. From here, let your hands come to rest on the chair. Shift your body weight all the way into that right leg and kick, excuse me, all the way into the right leg and then kick that left leg up. So torso is not very, it's not fully, it's like we're at a diagonal. There we go. Lengthen. Now what I want you to do is bend into this right knee and take a step back. Okay, so now I want you to find high lunge. So you're only on the toes on that left foot. You have a nice bend going through the right knee. Breathe. And we're going to sweep our arms out and then gaze up. Nicely done. One more cycle of breath. Exhale, release the arms. Bring your hands back to the edge of the chair if you need to. Nice deep bend through that right leg and lightly step that left leg up. Again, hinging forward a little bit. So doing a baby warrior 3. And then gently come upright and step back to the starting place about 3 feet behind. Woo, look at you guys go. Nicely done. Okay, here we go. Left leg's turn now. I want you to ground into that right leg. Get very light with the left. Step that left foot forward. Shift the body weight into that left leg. So now we're up onto the toes of the right leg. Hands can come to the back of the chair if you choose. Gently kick that right leg up. Hinge forward slightly. Breathe. Now from here, nice big bend into that left leg. Shift the body weight back so that you can step all the way back into a high lunge. So now we've got a nice big bend through that left leg. Hands can come to the hips if your body says yes. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, making sure that they are wider than shoulder width. Breathe. And then gently, slowly release. Bring the arms down. Hands, fingertips are going to come back to the back of the chair. Shift the body weight. Nice big bend into that left leg. Squeeze that glute. Come back up, straightening into the leg. Hinging forward at an angle. Lovely. Very nice. Good. And then gently step back. And then step back. There we go. Good. Shimmy shake. Let it go. How are we feeling? Good? All right. Let's do one more. Okay. So this time, what we're going to do is I want you to turn your chair so that the seat is now facing you. Okay. There we go. Good. Again, we're going to start about 3 feet away. Okay. When you're ready, I want you to start, hands to hips, step that left foot forward. Okay. This time, your toes are about 2 inches behind the seat. So it's a smaller step. I want you to put a bend into that left leg. Now, you've got 2 options here. You can either hinge forward and hold on to the back, or you can hinge forward and place hands on the seat. I want you to do what feels best. Get really nice and grounded through that left leg, then gently lift the right leg up. See if you can get that right leg all the way to parallel to the floor. Beautiful. Good, very nice. Now, if you choose and you want to go from here, You can shift your hands if they're on the seat. Palms come over the edge of the seat, fingers are off. And then I want you to take this right hip, open it up. So now the hips are facing towards the computer, and then draw that right leg forward. Beautiful. I want you to bring it all the way down, touch the toe to the mat, and then bring it all the way back up. Lengthen behind, close the hip, bend into the knee, touch the toe, straighten into that left knee, kick the leg back up, open up the hip, bring that hip all the way out and around, bring it forward, touch the toe to the mat. Inhale, bring it all the way out and up, close the hip, and then gently lower the leg. Again, you're only about 2 to 3 feet from here. Gently rock back so that the weight can be into that right foot. Gently lift yourself off the chair, hands come to hips, step the left foot back. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So again, we're starting about 3 feet back. This time, step the right leg forward. And again, the toes on the right leg are about 2 to 3 feet or 2 to 3 inches behind the seat of the chair. As you hinge forward, you can either touch the back of the chair with the fingers or bring the hands to the seat. From wherever you are, whichever is comfortable, I want you to lengthen into that left leg. Breathe. Working to bring it parallel to the floor. If your body says yes, I want you to turn your hands so the palms are on the chair, fingers are off. Next, I want you to open into that left hip. Sweep that left leg all the way out and around to the front. With control, gently, slowly bring it down, touch through the toe. Inhale, bring it all the way back out around so that once again, it is pointing to the back and the hips are again facing down. Hip is closed. Breathe. Again, if your body says yes, as you exhale, open that right hip or that left hip up, and then draw that left leg all the way around. Bring it down slowly with control. Touch the toes to the mat. Inhale, bring it all the way out. Let the hip close. Come back to warrior three, Virabhadrasana 3. From here, if your body says yes, very gently bend into the knee. Lower that left leg onto the mat and lengthen back up. Step the right foot back. Do a big shimmy shake. Let it all go. Okay. Guess what? We get to come back down to the floor. Go team. So we're going to move our chairs out of the way. We're going to put ourselves back onto our cushion. So grab your cushion or your blanket. I'm going to adjust the camera. There we go. Good. All righty. So we're going to do Heron today before we finish with our twist. So again, we're on our little cushion, we're on our blankets, we're nice and comfy. We have our strap. I want you to begin by bending into the left leg, making sure that it's comfortable and bringing it down. Okay. Now the trick here, y'all, is to stay long with the spine. So before you move any further, make sure that you are seated so that you can feel the sits bones and you're not placing full pressure on the sacrum, okay, or the tailbone. From here, you're going to take your strap, bring it around the ball of that right foot, okay? When you're ready, lengthen that right foot up. Now, you guys, it doesn't matter how high you go. What's far more important is how long is your spine. Breathe. Okay, now from here, all we're doing now is the same twisting motion that we started with. We're adding our legs. So I want you to hold on to both sides of the strap with the right hand. The left hand is going to come down by your side. And again, think finger pads. So you're just going to place your finger pads there. Spine is still long. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. And as you exhale, gently open that right leg out towards the right. Breathe. Very lovely. Good. Exhale. Gently bring that leg back forward. Left hand holds on to the strap. Right hand comes down to the ground. Exhale. Gently bring that right leg over towards the left. Breathe. Oh, very nice. Good. Notice and observe where you're feeling the opening. If you're feeling tightness, notice and observe that too. Gently, slowly release. Bring it forward. Take one strap with each hand, and as long as your body says yes, gently, slowly lengthen the leg. Beautiful. Very nicely done. Release that, bend into the knee. Lengthen the legs, and let's shimmy shake the legs for a minute. Good. When you're ready, right leg comes in. Strap goes around the ball of the foot on the left leg. Okay. Both hands are on the strap. The right hand is going to come out to the side to create support and length through the spine. When you're ready, lengthen in with the strap on the left leg. Breathe. Oh, come on, you guys. Am I going to have to make us do Kapalabhati all together? Because you guys are looking oh so serious. There's no playfulness about this. When you're ready, gently, slowly open that left leg. Breathe. And just for fun, let's do 30 Kapalabhati just to see if we can do a yoga pose and breathe at the same time. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. And let's go. All right. Should I tell you all that you guys looked much better that time because you weren't thinking about your leg? Gently draw it forward. Okay, right hand holds on to the strap. Left hand comes down. I think I got everybody's number now. Woo, here we go. All right, when you're ready, gently bring that leg from front. Left leg comes over towards the right. Breathe, gaze comes over towards the right. Slow, steady breath. And then very gently, very slowly, bring it back. One hand per strap. Gently let it come up. And release. Gently bend into the knee, let it go. All right, you guys, here we go. So, moving the bolster or the blanket, bolster, or cushion out of the way. Bring your blocks. And let's lay down. Okay, so you guys, here's what we're going to finish with before we do our twist. You have two options here, so please pay attention to what your low back is telling you right now. First option is that you keep your pelvis on the floor, you lengthen both legs up, flexing into the feet, and you practice staff from this plane of energy. So nice and supported staff. If your body says yes, that you would like to do more, you're going to take one of your blocks, bring the heels of your feet in as close as is comfortable, lift your hips as if you're moving into bridge, Settubandha Sarvangasana, place the block underneath the sacrum so that this top edge of the block comes to the bottom of your dimples. Gently let the block relax, or let the hips relax and your low back relax. Arms are down by your side, palm facing up if you choose. You can either stay here and work your iliopsoas, which means that you're going to bring, actually, let's go ahead and do that. So your back is either going to be flat on the floor or you've got the block. I want you to lengthen that left leg up. Foot is flexed and active, and then as you exhale, very gently, slowly lengthen that leg all the way down. If it feels crunchy or too tough at any point, stop. Bend into the knee, bring both feet back down. That's if it doesn't feel good. Once you get that leg all the way down, you can relax the foot. And I want you just to soften into this opening. And come back into that really deep diaphragmatic breath. Just as a reminder, our iliopsoas starts at our last floating rib. It attaches to every single one of our lumbar vertebrae on both sides. Then the muscle moves to the inside of the pelvis, picks up the iliacus, which lives on the inside of the pelvis, and both of those muscles come out through the bottom of the pelvis and attach to the lesser trochanter on your femur. It is one of the only muscles that attaches your upper skeleton to your lower skeleton. And because we sit, it gets cranky. Gently, slowly lengthen, flex back into that left foot, squeeze through that glute, and then lift that leg all the way back up. If your body says yes, it can come past 90 degrees and come a little bit closer towards you. And then gently release that, bend into the knee. And bring that left side back down next to the right side. Take a moment here and squeeze through the glutes. If your body lifts the sacrum off the block a little bit, that's fine. Just squeeze into the glutes. If your knees are wanting to come out, notice that. You can squeeze and allow the knees to come out. You can also squeeze and see what it feels like to keep the knees aligned with the hips. And let that relax. When you're ready, lengthen into the right leg. Dorsiflexing through the foot, nice and strong. As you exhale, if your body says that it would like to do a little bit more, squeeze into that right glute, gently, slowly lowering that leg. Paying very close attention to what the spine is telling you, making sure that there is no undue stress on that low back. When the heel touches, you can relax the leg. Breathe here. Slow, steady inhale. Slow, steady exhale. One more cycle of breath. And then when you're ready, squeeze into that right glute. Gently lengthen that leg all the way up. If your body says yes and it's comfortable, you can lengthen that leg a little bit closer to the face. Gently, slowly bring it back to 90 degrees, bend in. Lift the hips ever so slightly so that you can slide the block out. Draw the knees back into the chest. Give yourself that gentle hug. We're going to move into a very gentle twist. If you need a prop underneath your knees, please take it. Let the arms come out into T formation. Gently, slowly roll yourself over to the left. Breathe deeply into this left or this right lung, right rib cage. While you're here getting ready to move into relaxation, here's what we're going to do. So before you actually do it, what I want you to do is you're going to actually put your fingers and close your ears. Then I want you to take a long, slow inhale and hum. So it's a what we're looking for is the vibration in the heart and in the brain. We're moving into B breath. So when you're ready, gently plug your ears. Slow, steady inhale. One cycle, please. Hum. Release. Gently bring the legs back to center. Apanasana. Energy-freeing pose. And then when you're ready, gently, slowly roll those legs over to the right. Breathe deeply into this left lung. One more set. B breath. When you're ready, slow, steady inhale. Plug your ears and hum. Gently release. Bring the legs back up. One more time. Give yourself a gentle squeeze. And then lovingly take yourself into whatever variation of relaxation feels best for you. Whether it is bolster under legs, blanket over body, eye bag over eyes, or all of the above, please use what feels best so that your body can relax, so that your body can surrender, so that your body can release. Gently, slowly, begin to find your way back. Fingers and toes, hands and feet. Allow your body to come back into its breath, taking a full deep inhale and a full deep exhale through the nose. If it feels appropriate for your body, use your breath to bring your arms up over your head, stretch and lengthen. And then draw your knees one last time into your chest. Give yourself a gentle hug. When you're ready, gently press yourself up into a seated position. And one last time, bring your palms together. Let the thumbs rest up against your sternum. Thank you all so much for making time for yourselves, your practice, and your yoga. It is such an honor to get to be part of your day. I honor the divine in you, that is the divine in me, that is the divine in all of us. Namaste, and may the blessings be.